Hey peeps, what's going on? It's Ryan Essentia, and having some thoughts today. It's amazing. Every time I get out in nature, I think clearer, I feel better, and was just generally wanted to do a video about having fun in nature. You see, some might look at this tree and just say, hey, dude, that's a down tree. Well, let me show you a little something that's gonna be fun. You get to a point where you're just so comfortable in nature. It's kind of like being a little kid, just having a good time. Really, that's pretty, it's not really large, but it must have taken a lot to take that down. Anyway, get out in nature, hug trees, okay? Feel the trees. Everything is energy. Everything is connected. You are literally communicating. I know you can't see it with your eyes, but you are. Most of you can't see it with your eyes, but you are. I know I can't. You are literally communicating with everything that you see and you touch and you smell and so on and so forth in nature, okay? Everything you taste. So keep in mind, where does plant-based, organic plant-based food that I always promote, organic plant-based food, where does it come from? It comes from nature. We're completely connected to nature. If anybody were to ever tell you that we're not, simply ask them to stop breathing for 2 minutes and just kind of see how that works out for them. We are connected to nature in every way possible. It is necessary for your health, for your happiness. Human beings are not meant to be in buildings 24/7. You know, they go from an office, and then they hop in a car, and then they drive home, whether that's a home or apartment or wherever, and we seem to forget that nature is out here, and we need to get in nature. You can use it to align energetically, align your body and ground your chakras in nature, okay? You will feel better. That's why when people go on a hike in the woods, that's why people go out in the sunshine and it hits their skin. It feels almost orgasmic because we're connected to it. It makes sense. You feel more relaxed. You feel calm when you are in nature. That is how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to live. We as human beings are supposed to live a stress-free life. And with the way that society works, for what we call it the matrix and the new age progressive spiritual movement, in the matrix, it is just so you might make a lot of money. You might work 60 to 80 hours a week for 20, 30, 40 years, and then you're considered lucky if you do end up getting that beach house, or you do end up getting that Ferrari after 20 or 30 years of work, of slaving away in some office building. For most people, there's a better way to do this, and we need to get together collectively and talk about this. I know we have the technologies to make that happen, to take care of every basic need that human beings have, heal diseases. Cancer's a $160 billion a year business. I believe we've had a cure for a very, very long time. We need to get this stuff out there. We got to start working in cooperation. I'm very optimistic about our future in humanity in general. This is Calvin. He's out there. Hey, buddy. He's out having a good time. He always hangs with me in nature. So I'm very optimistic about our future as human beings. I think a lot of people are, coming to their senses. They are waking up to the fact that, boy, this just doesn't feel right. Like, I have to slave away at this job so I can pay my mortgage, where and they call it a homeowner. Most people don't own their homes. The bank owns your home unless you have it paid off in full. Okay, so you got to think for yourselves, really. These are all a lot of tricks, a lot of traps, some intentional, some unintentional. But we just get together as a collective, talk these things out, figure out what we want to do with our future collectively and what we want to see roll out in society and the way we want to live. But I'll tell you, I like to work. I really do. I just don't want to work in doing something that I don't enjoy. So with that said, that's how you become unhappy very, very quickly. Let's say you've never made six figures before, but you get a job, you're making six figures. Great. 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, or maybe immediately, most people end up absolutely hating and despising their jobs. That carries over to everything else in their life. Why put yourself in a position to do that when you know you could align with what it is, your purpose is, and what you were intended to do in this lifetime? And you can make that anything. We all have missions, we all have a purpose. Okay, we came here for a reason. Technically, we're on assignment, so to speak. But with that said, regardless of your circumstances, financial and otherwise, we weren't intended to be unhealthy. We weren't intended to be unhappy. We weren't intended to work 50 or 60 hours a week at a job that we didn't want to do. We were intended to live abundant in all areas. And that is what's coming for the future of humanity. It's already in progress. I can feel it. I know a lot of you might be able to feel that as well. And things are changing. So with that said, I love you all. Get out in nature. Have a beautiful, beautiful day and take care. Bye-bye.